Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of digital marketing jargon, all the different strategies, and the endless platforms out there, well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're taking a 30,000-foot view of the entire landscape. We're going to map out exactly how this ecosystem actually works, and we'll distill the whole shebang down to a few highly actionable steps that you can literally start using today.
Right, let's just jump straight into it with a massive number, 5.4 billion. That's the number of people using the internet globally right now. It is a staggering figure, but it really just proves one very simple rule. Where human attention lives, marketing absolutely has to follow. The world has fundamentally shifted online, and what that means for us is that a massive global audience is reachable from a laptop basically anywhere in the world.
So how do we actually reach all those people? Well, let's just clearly define what we're talking about here. Digital marketing is simply the practice of promoting products, services, or brands using digital channels. Things like search engines, social media, and email. But the true power here isn't just the medium, right? It's the method. Your job as a digital marketer is to connect the exact right message with the right person at the exact right time. It's this massive shift from the broad, kind of spray-and-pray traditional methods to highly targeted, measurable connections based entirely on electronic devices.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover the digital marketing landscape. Second, the 7 core pillars. Third, mastering the marketing funnel. Fourth, career roles and niches. And finally, we'll wrap up with your day 1 plan.
Let's dive right into Section 1, the digital marketing landscape.
So look at where the attention is actually going right now. You've got 4.9 billion users just scrolling through social media and another 8.5 billion high-intent searches happening on Google every single day. But here's the part that really blows my mind. Despite all the flashy new platforms out there, email marketing still delivers a staggering $36 return for every $1 spent. No way, right? But it's true. And that is exactly why companies are pouring over $700 billion into digital ad spend. They desperately need people who actually understand how to navigate all this data.
You can kind of think of traditional marketing like using a giant megaphone in a crowded stadium. It's loud, it's super expensive, and honestly, you have absolutely no idea who is actually listening. Digital marketing, on the other hand, is much more like having a private conversation. You aren't just targeting, say, adults. You're targeting people who have actively shown an interest in a specific hobby, living in a specific zip code. It is a two-way street where literally every single interaction can be measured.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 7 core pillars.
Now, you wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? And you definitely shouldn't use just one marketing channel for everything. Think of it sequentially. SEO, or search engine optimization, is kind of like planting a garden. It builds your long-term organic foundation on Google. Then, content marketing builds actual trust with your reader. Social media? That's where you mingle with them. But email marketing is where you really secure the relationship, because you actually own that list. Now, need faster results? Well, PPC, or pay-per-click advertising, is like turning on a faucet to buy instant traffic. The whole thing is measured by analytics. Oh, and if you want to practice without having your own product, affiliate marketing actually lets you earn commissions by selling for other people.
Okay, to prove these pillars actually work, we've got to look at the metrics. It all starts with traffic, getting people to your digital storefront, and the conversion rate, which is just the percentage of them who actually buy something. But here is the absolute golden equation of digital marketing: CAC versus LTV. Your customer acquisition cost is exactly what you spend to get a buyer, and the lifetime value is what they spend with you over the years. As long as your LTV is higher than your CAC, you've got a highly profitable machine, which is measured by your return on ad spend.
Let's decode some of the daily vocabulary you'll run into. Getting people to your site happens through traffic, which is either organic, meaning it's free, or paid. We measure the success of an ad by its click-through rate and exactly how much that cost per click was. But what happens if things go wrong? Well, this is where you measure losing people. A high bounce rate means people hit your site and immediately leave. A high churn rate means paying customers are canceling their subscriptions. To fix that, marketers often use a lead magnet. That's basically trading a valuable free item, like an ebook or template, to capture an email address before the user vanishes.
All right, let's jump to Section 3, mastering the marketing funnel.
So, the marketing funnel basically maps out the psychology of a buyer. At the very top is awareness. They realize they have a problem. Next is interest. They're actively looking for solutions, maybe downloading your lead magnet. Then, Consideration, they're comparing you to competitors. And finally, conversion, they pull out their credit card. But the smartest marketers know it does not stop there. Retention keeps them coming back to buy more, and advocacy turns them into walking billboards for your brand. Here's a quick pro tip. Beginners tend to obsess over top funnel awareness, but the real money, that's made in bottom funnel conversion and retention.
On to Section 4, Career Roles and Niches.
Digital marketing is really just a collection of high-value specialties. You could be a technical SEO expert optimizing website structures, an email marketing specialist building out automated sequences, or maybe a growth hacker running rapid, data-driven experiments. Companies will happily pay premium salaries for these defined roles, simply because they tie directly to generating revenue.
And you know, those companies vary wildly in what they actually need. Your job is to deeply understand the business's specific goals. Like an e-commerce store wants to drive direct online sales using Instagram and Google Shopping. But a SaaS, or software as a service company, needs to generate qualified business-to-business leads using LinkedIn and white papers. A local restaurant just wants foot traffic via local SEO, while an online course creator wants enrollments through YouTube and webinars. Your value comes from applying the right mix of channels to solve their very specific problem.
Okay, so let's dive into how you actually stand out from the crowd and attract those clients. You do it by picking a niche. A niche is a specific industry you focus on, like real estate, healthcare, or SaaS. To pick one, you can apply this really concrete 3-factor test. Factor 1, interest. Do you genuinely enjoy reading about this industry? Factor 2, knowledge. Do you already understand the space to some degree? And Factor 3, profitability. Do businesses in this sector actually have high-ticket sales and money to spend on marketing budgets?
You can actually use a simple worksheet format like this to score your ideas. Let's say you're looking at fitness, finance, and home services. You score them from 1 to 5 on interest, knowledge, and profitability. The highest total wins. It's great because it turns abstract career advice into a clear mathematical formula for exactly where to focus your energy. And it gives you immediate direction.
And finally, Section 5, your Day 1 plan.
So here is exactly how you build momentum in just 60 minutes. First, learn. Spend 15 minutes watching an overview video to really solidify those 7 pillars. Second, do. Spend 30 minutes scoring and picking your top 3 niches. Third, document. Spend 10 minutes outlining those niches in a free Notion or Google Doc portfolio. And finally, share. Take 5 minutes to post on LinkedIn and announce you are officially starting this journey.
When you write that social media post, you might want to end it by asking your network what their biggest marketing challenge is. But I want to leave you with a question. Now that you've seen the entire 30,000-foot view of this landscape, from SEO all the way down to the depths of the marketing funnel, which of those 7 pillars naturally aligns with how your brain works? Are you the creative content builder, or maybe the data-driven analyst? The territory is mapped out for you. Now, it's time to choose your path.